So today is Sunday, and I thought I would talk about the herb hyssop. Hyssop's mentioned in the Bible several times, and so I thought I would just go over hyssop. This is hyssop. This is what it looks like. It's a dry herb. It's also very bitter. You're going to need some honey if you're using this herb in a tea, because it is a bitter herb, and it looks like this. It was used back in that time for cleansing, and it's still used for that today. It's an antimicrobial, so it's used for cleansing wounds and healing. It's mentioned in the Bible. David mentions in Psalms 51:7, David says, "Cleanse me with hyssop, and I will be clean." This is after he sinned against Jesus, and he was begging him to cleanse him and make him white as snow, because it was used for cleansing back then. Also, it's mentioned again in John 19:29, and it says, "Now there was a vessel of vinegar, and they filled a sponge, and they put it on hyssop and placed it to Jesus' mouth." And a Roman soldier had done that during his crucifixion. And we learned in Bible school that we don't think that the Roman soldier was being merciful to Jesus, but hyssop's bitter, like I stated, and vinegar's bitter, and he was already dry mouth and wound. They hadn't given him any water, and so instead of giving him water, he gave him bitter hyssop and bitter vinegar, just to add that on and sting and burn. And we know how vinegar burns and stings and dries you out. But it is a wound cleanser as well. So, but instead of cleansing him with it, he just placed it to his mouth. So I assume instead of water, he gave him something bitter, which is kind of cruel also as well, just to add to that cruelness that he had to suffer with that. Like I stated, it's used for leprosy cleansing. It's cleansing skin. It's also used, there's a study in 2017 that they used it on animals, and there's a study that states that hyssop oil was able to kill cervical cancer cells. The study was on animals again and not on humans, but that study in 2017 is out there for that. There's also, it's good for gastric bypass. It's good for your gastric bypass. It's good for stomach ulcers. It's high in polyphenols, so that's an antioxidant, so it's good antiviral. There's a study on HSV, which is the herpes simplex virus, that it slows the growth of the herpes simplex virus down. And there's also a 2018 study on HIV that stated that it killed the enzymes that HIV virus lived off of, so it slowed that progression down as well. It's good for UTIs. Like I stated, it's good for upper respiratory. It's great for breathing, sore throats, and asthma. And it's a blood circulation. It's also increasing appetite. So that is hyssop. It's powerful, and not only that, just make sure that when you're taking these herbs that you know what you're taking, you know that you're not allergic to it, and you seek the advice of your healthcare physician before you stop and start anything like that. And make sure if you're pregnant and nursing, you know what you're taking. All right, and that's hyssop. I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed Sunday.